Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life, and it's looking more and more like all carriers are going to make a huge push into rural. And for AT&T and Verizon, we can say making another push into rural America because they've had the larger presence in rural America that T-Mobile is trying to catch up to now. So what's really the next push going into rural? Is it necessarily the expansion of the coverage, or is it the next generation of technology with 5G? For T-Mobile, it's all of the above. They have to really expand the network. Then, with that, of course, since they're putting up brand new cell sites, they'll have the most modernized sites in rural, and those will come with all of the 5G goodness and the N41, the N71, and everything. It'll come with everything. Now, Verizon and AT&T, they'll have to sweep through rural again where they have presence, and they have to upgrade and modernize those sites. AT&T has headwind on that because of FirstNet. Verizon is now getting to it with C-band. They have to modernize the entire site, and they're going to gradually both work their way through that. Now, is there still coverage where AT&T and Verizon have to expand? Of course, nobody's disputing that. Nobody's perfect. Verizon has debatably the biggest coverage in rural, followed by AT&T, which is closing that gap rather quickly, and then T-Mobile still far off from covering rural America. Now, have they made a big push towards that over the last few years? Yes, I completely agree. Are they completely there yet and have closed the gap? No, that's just not fact. They just haven't. They got a lot of work to do over the next several years. They got a lot of investment to make. John Fryer is in charge of the rural expansion with the stores and getting the employees on board. So T-Mobile has a lot of work to do in that department. A lot of work. Years worth of work. And that's where the investment, the higher investment from AT&T and Verizon come into play. They outspend T-Mobile this last decade in LTE by insane amounts. And it shows. They still have the larger coverage. It's a fact. T-Mobile has not reached parity. There's plenty of people out there, even some of you that comment on the channel, that tell me, hey, I don't have coverage going to my cottage, or I don't have coverage going the next town over with T-Mobile. So that's still a problem that needs a solution for T-Mobile. They're putting up 10,000 sites. It'll help big time, but they're going to have to, it's time that's not necessarily on T-Mobile's side in this regard, because Verizon and AT&T just have the larger footprint today. They have the larger footprint now, and that'll only get bigger and better. AT&T is going to continue expanding with FirstNet, and Verizon said they're going to roll out an additional 2,000 sites per year into rural. So they'll only get bigger, while T-Mobile is faced with having to catch up. So again, like you see here in the title, rural wireless next focus of Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. Rural America, 5G will be important for rural. Urban and suburban has been all about profitability. That's now matured. So now the competition is going to shift to rural. T-Mobile wants to take share. AT&T wants to take share from Verizon on the agencies and the first responders. And Verizon wants to do everything to keep them from taking share. So there's going to be a lot of competition coming in rural America. Now, one thing I do want to point out, T-Mobile will have to implement a different standard of excellence going into rural. I think they have to start, and in rural America, this is more of a standard, but all the sites will have to come with backup generators. And in rural, that's a standard because oftentimes you don't have a generator nearby that you can just drive up, or a Colt cell on wheels that you can just prop up real quick and then have service. So that's something that T-Mobile will have to work out. I'm sure they're doing that, but Verizon and AT&T are far ahead in that department, especially in rural America. So let me know what you think about this. Rural America now seems to have the spotlight. There's some extra focus on the rural America. So definitely let me know in the comment section down below how you feel about this. If you have been on the channel or you're new to the channel and you have not yet liked, share, subscribe, make sure you do so. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when I do upload content. Make sure to follow my social media outlets for more updates and interactions. Thanks again for watching. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.